Hey, 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 welcome to another episode of Meet the Shoe podcast. I am Sade.
I'm Nina. What up?
Hey,
Wednesday.
y'all. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Well, we're going to let's see if how many of y'all can get in the chat in here with us and talk about what's really going on. Uh, First, we're going to talk about the Manhattan crypto kidnapping, John Walls and William Duplessis. And these, I don't understand. They're really like young. They're like in their young 30s for these guys. And they own a business together, and they had a Italian a partner as well. I can't remember the Italian partner's name, but obviously these people they're into Bitcoin, and uh, the partners have, I guess, 100 million in Bitcoins. They been stealing a lot of Bitcoins from other people, and they didn't know it. So the Italian partner got lured to Manhattan, to their place in New York, because he told them, "Okay, come on, we'll give you your Bitcoins back if you come to New York." So he flies his crazy self to New York and goes look for his to get his Bitcoins. So
Wow.
why they kidnapped this man? They kidnapped him for,
Kidnapped the guy you talking about?
yes, the Italian guy. They're one of their distant business partner, and they kidnapped him, tortured him, beat him, and made him smoke crack cocaine.
That's not funny.
It ain't.
Oh
I'm just thinking
wow.
this in my head. Why y'all make this man smoke? Y'all must be smoking crack cocaine, number one, to be doing what you doing. So you
Right.
probably seen this man, you want to get him addicted high so he can ask for some more drugs and give his all his the rest of his 30 million. He had 30 million in Bitcoins left, cryptocurrency. And once you get rid of that cryptocurrency, you can't get it back. So they were holding him hostage to get the passcode to his stuff, get his out his wallet. So he, I guess, used his senses
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Oh, it's in my wallet in the car."
Okay.
So they let him go to the car, and they said this fool was running down the street in a robe, hunted down
What?
the
In New
police.
York City?
Yes,
In
hunted down.
Manhattan.
Yes,
Mm.
lower Manhattan too at that.
Oh wow.
And he
Over by Harlem.
yeah. So I get y'all okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
the one thing I'm thinking, I said, why would they already have a bunch of Bitcoin? Why would they steal somebody else's and want the full thing?
Well, from my
It's too much of
understanding
a
it, I
lavish
mean,
life.
that's the new thing, right? That's the
Yeah.
Well, it's not new. We've all been hearing about Bitcoin for some
Mm-hmm.
time, right? But I mean, that's where the money is. That's where they hide the money. See, in each generation, it's always a way for, I'm not gonna say criminals. I'm gonna say people, right?
Yep.
Um, Millionaires, billionaires always want to hide their money. And they have to keep reinventing ways for them to continue to come up faster
Mm-hmm.
than other people. They
Mm-hmm.
also need, as much as the lifestyle that they fund, they
Mm-hmm.
also need ways for their people to
Mm-hmm.
continue to make money. So it's been a thing and some time that people's been sweating about Bitcoin. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's a way
Mm-hmm.
for them to hide their money,
Yeah.
and it's a way for them to get their money fast. So
Well, they said these two guys, they was living a lavish life. They was partying every night, spending 20, 30, $40,000 on every, what, 10,000 every night partying. Who does that? And the apartment was $40,000 a month. It was a nice condo, penthouse, whatever you want to call it. But $40,000 a month, I'm not paying that much, baby. I don't care what it is. It could be a cherry on top. It could hit the moon. What, it could be a
cherry on top.
satellite rolling up in the air. I'm a heck no. forty
What would the
thousand.
cherry? What would the cherry do,
Girl,
Sade?
I guess they could get up there and bite the bug. I don't know. This girl, people crazy. The
It's so
cherry on top.
silly.
Girl, it's
Whoa.
crazy. I'm like, baby, the money people get is just pure greed. Now you're going to jail for kidnapping, torture, and
Right.
kidnapping holds 20 years off TOP.
And you ain't getting off to spend that crypto money, all them millions.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You burn up. You better
And
hope it don't go down.
who was the mastermind behind making them smoke crack?
Make it what?
Making them smoke crack.
I hope he's not addicted now.
Well, it don't matter. He's in jail, right? Is that the one in
No,
jail?
the one that smoked crack was the innocent one who ran away.
Oh, he's the victim.
He's the victim. You made this man smoke crack for 17 days
for stealing.
He didn't steal. He was being the one lured to steal. They wanted to steal his cryptocurrency, which was 30 million, which was a nice. 30 million is some money now.
It is. I never had it.
They tried to swindle him out of that, baby.
I don't know what that look out. My eyes will go cross to even see those kind of zeros in my bank account, baby.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My eyes will go cross right. Mine be like, man, look, but the offenders, they had 100 million in crypto. So what you want his 30 million for? Being greedy.
Well, it sounds like the guy had some plugs, right? Like I'm saying, they always need other avenues to grow that money. You know what I'm saying? In order for them to continue to fund the lifestyle, you got to make ways for you to get more money. So I mean, that wasn't too clever though. You know?
No, it wasn't. Not at all. It wasn't clever at all.
Well, I hope they ain't gonna last in prison.
No, they're not.
They
must
never
go
been
ahead
to prison
and cop out to a lesser charge. They say, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but New York ain't playing with them. They're gonna be up there with P. Diddy and all them, right?
Oh yeah, because the biggest crypto earner is in there with Diddy now.
Sure is. Yep. Yep. Girl, good luck to them, baby, because they're gonna be looking at some time.
Right. So what did you hear about Mr. Larry Hoover?
Oh my God.
Everything.
We got
17 minutes ago.
Yes. So Trump, well, we're gonna start off with the Chrissies. So they got a full pardon, you know.
Okay.
And their full pardon consists of them just walking straight out the door.
They they packed up today.
Oh, they packed up
after 4 o'clock. They've been gone.
Yeah, you think it was today, this morning? Because isn't it a roll call in the morning?
Be gone by 4 o'clock or after 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So if they was pardoned today, depending on what time it was signed, and they'll tell them, we need you out of here before 4 p.m. You need to arrange your ride, your plane ticket. You got to get all that arranged right then and there. They don't give you no time to do nothing. So they don't care. They had somebody on stand call. They had the daughter, because the daughter
she already knew
podcast.
Yes. So I didn't know she had a podcast
that she's built since her parents been locked up, and it's very successful because my daughter watches it.
Okay, and she's been advocating for her parents for the longest.
Oh yes, that's the only reason why she started her podcast, because she had 2 parents locked up.
Yes. Oh.
Now, to say the least, she has stepped up. She also is the one that stepped up to take that grandbaby, the black grandbaby.
Yes, she did.
She's raising the grandchild that's biracial, right? And what's so weird, what they say is that majority of the white people that are liberals and that cater to the street side or the black side, they tend to mistreat them and usually treat them like us. And so in their case, I don't know it that deep. I know it had to do with fraud and real estate and all of that.
Right.
It just seemed like their case was a little extreme.
I think it was.
They were attached to that made them be treated so unfair.
It was.
I'm saying, because from my understanding, they didn't steal from nobody.
No.
It's like they did a little scam, or put a little extras on numbers on fraudulent on them getting they
Extra
cooked the
money.
books for them to
Cook the
get
books.
loans, right?
Right. Exactly.
And for them to
So
fund their real estate.
exactly. So this is the thing. With the full party they were talking about, though, that possibly the people that they owed and were paying restitution to,
Uh-huh.
those people have to pay them back that restitution. Depending on how President Trump wrote up their full pardon, they have a chance to get that money back. Restored everything.
Well, okay, so under federal law, they're the victims, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna go over to the civil court. Even though
Mm-hmm.
it's criminal, it's gonna
Right.
fall in the civil because it's
Okay.
restitution, right? And then you're
Exactly.
talking about reversal, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
talking about reversing when they were already convicted, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And being as though he pardoned, it just depends on, like you said, a full pardon. Um, I don't know if that has anything to do with returning the victim, the funds,
Those
the victims
victims,
returning the funds,
which
right?
the victims in this case will be the banks, the institution.
Right, the
Mm-hmm.
institution, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, the
Well.
institution can fight it
Mm-hmm.
and they can settle.
Right.
Usually that's what happens, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
is that the banks will settle
Sad.
and
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, we'll just call it a draw
Yes.
because you did the time. We'll charge it to the time. And there is no amount of money that could pay you to go sit down and do some time,
Heck no. No.
right? There
Uh,
is none.
no. And then another thing that they're having, what you getting a little drawback, but with them getting out, is his accomplices, which was his lawyer at the time who did all his taxes and everything like that. He
Yeah.
did what, 2 or 3 years? He went in
Yep.
way before them. He
Before
did his
them.
time and got out,
Yep.
and he's
That's
up
what made them think that they weren't going to get any time. Was
right.
because the lawyer was doing the time first.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so, if I'm mistaken, I want to say that, did he say that he was told by them to cook the books or to?
I think so, yeah. Or he said he didn't really know. He just brought their stuff in, like any other accountant. You just bring your balance sheet, your ledgers, and all that. And he just went by what they brought in, and he filed the taxes on that. You know what I'm saying? So he really didn't have any acknowledgement from what he allegedly saying. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't know he was doing any wrongdoing.
Right.
So that's what he's kind of pissed about. Even his wife is really upset about it.
Right. I would be too. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing time, and I'm sitting here helping you, and I'm
Right.
sitting up here catching a case from helping you.
Mm-hmm.
That's disrespectful. I don't want
Yeah.
no parts of that.
Exactly. Girl,
Hmm.
I don't know. And then he guess who else he got out?
Who?
NBA
Oh,
YoungBoy.
okay.
Never
Well,
broke
I mean,
again.
I thought he was already out. You mean
No.
he released
Well,
him off
he's
of house
pardoned
arrest?
him. He's pardoned him. So
Yeah,
whatever he
but
was
he took
doing,
him
he
off of
released him.
house arrest.
Yes, he's done.
Okay, because he was on house arrest.
Was it house arrest or was he doing his time by now?
No, he was at with his wife. He was out.
Okay.
They
Okay.
had him on video cheating on the wife.
Dirty
Yeah,
dog.
so he was cheating on his wife, which he's married to this white girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was cheating on her, and somebody had put it online, of course.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So he pardoned him, but he's already home. Yeah.
okay, so he did leave a statement. He said, I want to thank President Trump for granting me a pardon and giving me the opportunity to keep building as a man, as a father, and an artist. Moment means a lot. It opens the door to a future I've worked hard for, and I am fully prepared to step into this. Big thanks to Pardon Cesar, Miss Alice Marie Johnson, your girl, for fighting for second chances for so many people. And to my lawyer, Brittany K. Barnett, for being in my corner and all the hard work to make this possible. And I thank you to everyone who believed in me. He said he's grateful. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
and
couldn't imagine.
they said in so far, President Trump has pardoned 1,500 people from the January 6 defendants and commuted sentences for 14 others.
Wow. See, he doing his big one there. He really did his big one with
Larry
hey.
Hoover.
Yes, he did. So Larry Hoover, he received about 200 years in state time in Illinois. And then in 1990 or something like that, I remember this from the date. You know, they say he had an organized crime behind the wall.
August 31st, 1995.
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah. And so his Larry Hoover. So I was in there with this girl Michelle. And I want to say the other one's name was Gina. Gina was on their case. These guys was on his case from they were indicted later because he had been in there since the 70s, correct?
Yes. Yeah. He killed a guy named Pookie, was a local drug dealer in Chicago. And they said allegedly he killed the Pookie.
So all this time that we've been growing up, that he I thought that he had something to do with a police officer.
It was so many rumors and stories and stuff. I can't quite remember. So much has happened. But the girls that you were locked up with, did they say what their crime? What was their crime?
One was an ex-police officer, Gina, I think.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, ex-police officer.
And she used to go with Shorty B, I think.
Yes, yeah. And then Michelle went with somebody. She was light-skinned girl. Yeah, I was real cool with them. We were in Greenville, Illinois.
Okay.
So they they were super cool. We opened it up because at that time it didn't house women, it housed men.
Yes.
And so we came in 2001.
Right.
So they had been shuffled around and then they got to come home.
Well, how much time did they get?
They were like 10 and 15 and 20 years. Not a lot of time.
That's
but
still a lot of time.
Yeah, but they were in association of running his ring outside while he was in there. Yeah. And one used to be the police, Gina. She was real nice looking brown skinned woman, had a real good shape.
Okay.
And Michelle, yeah, she did. She was a workout, like we worked out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. She was serious, of discipline, because she was the older woman dating younger men, right? So she was extremely disciplined about her shape,
her appearance,
and her appearance. Yep, she was pretty. Yeah, and then Michelle was getting her weight down too. She was a bigger woman, but she was younger. I think Michelle might have been in her, I don't know. I was about 28, 27. So she was like, maybe 31, 32. So right now she should be about 55. The other lady should be in her 60s. Because at that time she was in her 40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably late 60s. So what's confusing with his case, you know what I'm saying? I was wondering why Trump didn't give him a full pardon. But we can speculate different things, you know what I'm saying, why he didn't get this man a full pardon, because he gave everybody else one. But so he could walk straight out the door.
You gotta track him.
They want to track him.
He runs the world in our community. Think about it. I mean, they made a whole song. Yeah, I wonder, is he gonna come right on out looking for Rick Ross? Give me my money. Give me my money, because your biggest song names me. Where's my bread? Yeah. I'm gonna have to, and I'm saying that, it's a little funny. I'm saying that because I want to say that his sons and some of the other guys had pulled up on Rick Ross and said something to him about the residuals off of the royalties off of the song, right? And not just Rick Ross. Shit, is plenty of, since the 70s this man been gone.
Yeah.
How many rap songs implicate him?
I just can't believe how much time they have lost this man in the system. Him and Jeff Ford, for that matter, lost these men in the system because they're public figures, but they could have, I think, at a certain point, they could have helped out the communities way better than what it is. No, Chicago, what better than what it is going through
I
right now.
hope that when he comes out that he really gets the killing to stop, because the killing
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
but so okay, now since he caught those charges in '95,
Yep.
which catapulted him into the federal bureaus, BOP, right? He's in Colorado, right?
Yep.
Colorado prison. He
Mm-hmm.
wasn't able to have any visits or phone calls.
No.
And that's been for like 20 something years.
Yeah.
That's so damn inhumane to me. You can't touch nobody out in the free world because you're
You
that.
gotta read the shit off of a screen.
Yeah, that's what you was telling me.
Yeah, you gotta read it off of a screen.
So his stuff is actually, even if he got mail, is censored.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, he just wants
Dang.
he's just appreciative to be at home.
Yeah, but no,
I
he's
think
probably not at home yet.
I
No,
know, I'm saying
because
when
if
he gets there.
he would be able to get the phone calls. He be able to get all that because he going back to state first, right? Because
I don't think
he's
so.
a
He did all
commute,
that. He done all that. That's why he's in the fit. He's done with all of that.
so he
If
won't
he's
have to get.
pardoned, he's home.
He got a commute of sentence, not pardon, a full pardon, a commute of sentence. So he has
Okay,
to go get
down to
resentenced
what?
by the governor. I don't
Down
know.
to what?
It should be time served for the state. The federal stuff is done, as far as Trump is concerned. But that gives leniency since President Trump did that. That gives leniency and for the governor of Illinois to change his sentence. So he's not going to leave out the doors of Colorado. He's going to leave out the shackles to Illinois prison until the governor, unless the governor has done all that right now, then he leave.
So the governor
They
has to
take this
give him
most of the time.
so he got a pardon. I thought Trump trumps it all. The feds trump it all.
I'm not sure. It's so many different things I read on it, but it's so many different things going on. I'm like, I really hope he gets right out the door. Just let him go. He's done. He done did more my age.
Yeah, definitely the 70s. That's
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s, so oh my God. What?
That's crazy. I don't understand it. And I thank God he's healthy and he's made it through. He done
He
seen a
looks
lot.
nice. Shit,
Yeah, he looks really
still a
good.
nice looking man. I mean, well, just think, he can't eat much. He can't do much.
I'm quite sure he worked out. They say he used to work out in there sometime, but I don't know. I don't know for sure.
I mean, yeah, that was just to pass some time. He's about to lose his mind in there.
Well,
don't know.
they need to get this man out. Get him out. Get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out. And I'm quite sure they're gonna get that pressure because you already know Kanye West and Drake had threw a benefit for him, so they gonna let him go.
It's well, just gonna take and then back in the day, Scarface threw one. I went.
Yes, he did. Remember?
In the 90s, Scarface, and it was lots of people.
Yes, it was.
Gave that concert. UGK, Scarface, like it was like a Southern people came up to Chicago and gave him. Gave him.
But the thing is, like you did a post, like he was a big leader. You know what I'm saying, for Black men and women, whatever. It started off as a organization to help the community, help the food shelf. They did all that type of stuff, and you got all these other big, the Ku Klux Klan member. Girl, don't get me to it. That's a whole nother conversation. They've been doing way worse than anybody else, and you never seen the Ku Klux Klan, the head man, get in trouble for some lynching and some feathering and tarring and cutting up them crosses they putting up in people's yards and stuff that they still do today. That's
no. I think that it's gonna be so different for him. The 70s versus 2025.
And then he didn't have no touch with the outside world for about 20 years. He couldn't get a picture or anything in his hand to just reminisce and look. Come on now. Y'all
Mm.
did some inhumane mess. Cause I think you go crazy not getting no mail or being able to talk to your mom, your sister, your cousin, your kids. Well,
I
let me get off
mean,
this before they make me mad.
right. Okay, and so uh there is immigration, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think I sent you that there was an immigrant that threatened Trump,
Mm?
said that he wanted to kill Trump because he was being deported,
Uh-oh.
right? And and it said, oh, and also that the federal court said that Trump doesn't have, what is it? Trump doesn't have the power to impose tariffs.
What?
Yeah, the U.S. Court of International Trade permanently vacated the tariffs. Yeah,
Ooh.
so the federal court has determined that the president Trump does not have the authority to
Impose.
literally impose tariffs. Really?
Unilaterally. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't. He doesn't have he can't impose it, dealing a sweet blow to the president's main weapon in his ongoing global trade war. Because it's ruining us as small businesses. So you should be jumping out your seat right now.
Look, I'm jumping to it right now. 'Cause I've been waiting. Look, I've been waiting on bottles and tops and everything forever. It's hard for me to get what I want to get so I can make some of my products. It
Right.
just don't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's the good
So
thing. Mm-hmm.
I know that with us, in the summertime it'd be a big deal for us as far as body butter, right? I kind
Mm-hmm.
of got so extremely discouraged because just looking at the prices of because I have like 1,000 tops but
Mm-hmm.
not matching bottoms. Then I have
Yes.
140 bottoms and not the matching the nice
Yep.
tops too. Like
Mm-hmm.
so it's like
I
I
know.
mean, looking as to match the each other,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Going through.
it's pointless. You would have to up your price on your on
Yes.
selling your product, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's already hard to have the profit margin match from the
Yes.
store or the website versus the consumer. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, so that's how I've been just sitting back on it this past year because it's not making sense. Then at the time,
Yeah.
you're like you're making the products, but then to hire someone that you need to hire, like there's no business that's gonna grow without having the help.
Help.
Right?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
now that they've converted everything into AI, it kind of helps business owners not have to micromanage.
Right.
That's what
Mm-hmm.
the AI is helping people not micromanage, but you got to pay for those services. So,
You have to pay for that manpower.
yeah,
Basically, you still have to pay for manpower.
yeah,
AI, yep, it's gonna softly generate everything as far as your software and stuff. But girl, I don't know. I'm glad they checked him on that. But
yeah.
guess what?
Mhm.
So Diddy lawyers asked for mistrial, girl.
Yeah, I've seen that. And that's because of the testimony of Capricorn and Cassie. Here's the thing. Capricorn, she did some big blows. Like she blew on the defense. But what
Mm-hmm.
I got from her, what I feel ruined her was that you left, but you asked to come back. Her
Yeah.
argument is that she asked to come back because now this is Diddy, y'all's personal assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said that she wasn't living realistically because when she asked for a vacation, it's kind of like when she got fired. She said that she would get there at 9 o'clock in the morning and had to work till 4 o'clock in the morning. So she never slept. She had an autistic child that
Mm,
didn't speak. She needed help to take care of her child. Now, Diddy did pay her bills. He did pay her house note. She lost all of that though once she left him. Broke up with
Yeah.
them. They made it to where they said that she was attracted to him, right?
Mm.
That there was some type of romance, and then they tried to make it as though they were reaching through all this stuff. They tried to
Yeah.
make it as though she was jealous of Cassie, and she was like, jealous of what? For what?
Mm-hmm.
There was no
Mm.
reason to be jealous. She wasn't jealous per se of Cassie physical, right?
Right.
She was
Mm-hmm.
pissed that he was putting her in a position financially
Mm-hmm.
that Capricorn felt that she should have received just the money that she was asking for. That
Mm-hmm.
Diddy rip up. She had somebody type up some stuff that the money that
Mm-hmm.
Diddy owed her. Diddy ripped it up and
Oh.
said, "Get the hell on with that. I'm not giving you
Right.
nothing."
Right. Mm.
So my thing with it is that from what it sounds like with the
Mm-hmm.
mistrial, there will not be a mistrial because
No.
they've had I think they have 17 more people to testify.
Right. But the
They
thing is, why? What was this password thing? Passcode? They said he probably tore up the um pins or the thumb. It's like it's hearsay. Like
Yeah,
he had destroyed the original tape at the Trump place, a Trump
Towers.
Cassie tape.
Yeah,
He destroyed some other evidence. How do you know he destroyed anything? Number one, you weren't there.
right.
It's like it's hearsay. I mean,
Yes.
it's
And then Gene Deal, from what he said, because Gene Deal wasn't present with some, a lot of this stuff, right?
right.
From what he says, um, is that he thought it was some conflicted testimony as well. He said,
Ooh,
but it's too much money being spent for them to just throw it out. All the prosecution got to do is win one charge, and all of it is taken. So they have the Sean Combs Global,
uh-huh.
the Sean Combs Spirits. That's all of his
Yep, the liquor.
liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Got Bad Boy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they have the love, some type of love connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
What that he
Mm-hmm.
has under, like he's changed his name all these times.
Yes.
Also, they are gonna have the mama in court next because all of this is under mother's name.
Why he put it all under the mom?
Majority of it because she's older and he can't be sued. She can be sued, but I mean it'll take a long time for it to go through. So they said Gene Deal said from 2008 all the way up. 2008 is when he got rich.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't become the million billions, all of that
Yeah.
until
Mm-hmm.
2008. Now here's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. They said there's a big dark secrets between with him. It'll be a whole nother show that we're gonna have to break down.
Mm-hmm.
He learned all this from Clive Davis.
Yeah, and Andre Harrell.
Andre Harrell, but the big corporate they're saying is Clive Davis.
Probably so.
That's
Mm-hmm.
where it started at.
Yeah.
Because they want to know that Clive Davis just came out and said that he's bisexual.
He
They
just
want to
not
know why. They want to know why you gave, if I ain't mistaken, he gave Bad Boy Records $30 million to start it.
but you know what? You know who always been talking about him for the longest? And I think they killed her. Phyllis Hyman.
Phyllis Hyman.
Remember Phyllis
And
Hyman?
who? And it's funny that we saying that. Miss Whitney. Miss
Yep.
Whitney,
They've
rest
been
in peace.
talking about it.
They've been saying that even her, that she was taken out by Clive Davis.
Yep. He was right in the hotel.
Yeah.
The same party.
Yeah.
Same time of day.
Exactly. And then she died in early part of the day. It wasn't even nighttime.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
They didn't discover her until the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But she passed on after that Grammy party,
Maybe he
right?
might go ahead. He know he on his last leg. Go on, tell the truth.
They're saying that Diddy, they offered Diddy 15 years.
Okay, that's the offer.
There was people stating that he might take a plea for 5 years. Then they said that if like Gene Deal said, if one of the charges, if they just get convicted, he just get convicted on one charge,
Mm-hmm.
they could take it all, make them poor. So I don't know what this is looking like for him.
But they said by the defense asking for a mistrial, that might be a good thing because of what the judge said about the mistrial, and told the jurors to unlisten to what you heard about this passcode, or the alleged all this
And
passcodes
the car too. That's what
and
they
the
want strictened out
alleged.
because it's all hearsay.
It's all hearsay, but you can't unwind people's mind what they think of, because if I heard this stuff talking about, oh, you said he did this, but there's no evidence, you might as well throw it out. That's a hung jury. It could be a hung jury or a straight acquittal.
I don't know. Well, y'all, we will keep you updated on the Diddy trial, and we will see y'all Friday at 6 p.m.
Yes.
Check out our sponsors, Cashmere Lux, Bossed Up Beauty,
and Lena B.
Plus.
Yes.